It feels a lot better. A lot more confidence like this. All right, cool. Good morning, everybody. All right, what you see on camera right now is a lot of, I hadn't got into my mind yet. I'm just waking up, and it's not because it is because I'm just waking up, but I'm not thinking on purpose. Um, the mind has the ability to leave the body, to put it in a short way, but still be connected, but to leave, that's why you can think about things you watch on TV. You can think about what I'm saying right now. You can think about anything, and you can start going into that. Here's the idea. It comes to your mind, and you're like, oh, okay. You push the idea away, or you grab it, and you're like, oh, what's this? And you open the idea. Oh, that's what's in it. You can actually open ideas the whole way and go and get in the bubble of the idea will open up, and you can get in it, and you can wake up in a mental framework. When you go to sleep, you can go to sleep thinking you're still in that same mind, but it don't happen like that. Everybody knows when you go to sleep, you you shut off your brain. Your brain turns off. Not unless you don't turn it off. You want to keep it on purpose. That's not. It's not possible, but um, you see it a lot where people they stimulate their mind and their brain, and they do a lot of work mentally, and then their body starts to get hungry and they start to get tired, and they keep going. I've done this recently, and to where the mind wants you want to keep working your mind, but your body's getting tired and your heart's getting tired, and you're like, all right, yeah, I can keep going. Then you go get that other cup of coffee. You know what I'm saying? You light up that other cigarette and you keep going with your mind. When you go to sleep, you may be still thinking about stuff, but for that second when you close your eyes, your heart can grab control of your mind for a little bit to reel it in or whatnot, because it cannot. Whatever you create with your mind, it has to be rooted, or it won't work. It won't. It'll kill people. Actually, it'll hurt people if it becomes something. If it's not rooted in humanity, and I guess that's what people are calling what the heart is humanity. Um, Space trips, stuff like that. Missions to Mars. This shit that is all mental. Don't have no root in the human condition. It's like a dog talking about going around the planet, flying around the planet. Like, why? You know what I'm saying? Why are these two dogs having a discussion about building a rocket? Um, so the body wants to do certain things, the mind wants to do certain things, the soul, they're all alive in this one vessel. Um, so that's one thing I wanted to talk about is that um, when you wake up and you like the state that you are in, when you wake up, it's your heart and your body are in a good place. You're gonna be happy waking up, um, and you're gonna want to go to sleep like in the middle of the day, just for nothing, because your heart and your body are happy. They're comfortable. They have more of what they want. Your mind may not have more of what it wants, you know, But if your heart does and your body does, then you might just want to go to sleep in the middle of the day, because your heart and your mind and body are like, are you done playing, with your brain? All right, can we take a nap? And so I'll bring up this example here. There's a girl, I did a video, I used her image. She's a model actually, but she's a sex model, I guess. That's what you call a stripper. But she just shows off her body, right, for money, and or for some type of gain or whatever to come up in life. And um, so I took a picture of her, and I went back to the computer, and I jazzed it up, and you know, I left her alone, and I got in my own zone, and I started writing some stuff, and I came up with this thing I wrote, and I recorded this song that I wrote, and I put her picture with the recording like as a package deal, so I can put it on the computer or like in a book or this picture, and then when you see this picture, it's gonna reference the song I did. So like an album cover or whatnot. That's how people understand it. Um, in her picture though, in my finalized picture, you can tell. I mean, I can. It's a good example of how it was all a mental thing. Like her in her bikini, the way she was posed, it's like totally a material possession for the mind to say, "Hey, look at this," you know. But her heart, if you just look in, I can look into. If you just look at the picture into her, who she might be as a person, her grandmother she might really love her grandmother. Her grandmother might be her best friend. Um, her dad might have just passed away, or he might didn't grow up with her, and he wants her to have a good relationship or a good man or somebody that truly loves her, but she's stripping and this and that. So it's like I could see that her heart wanted her grandma, to be happy, and then she wasn't even thinking about dudes, she wasn't even thinking about dudes at the time. Like, yeah, she's a stripper and shit, but it's like you can tell her heart don't want that. Her heart doesn't want to meet a dude and go get drunk with him and get his money and leave, and hide the sex from him. That's what a good stripper would do. Is they won't fuck you. They'll just have fun with you, and leave. But because a lot of women, they don't even think about sex unless they want to have a kid. You know, um, you may it's in the eyes. You gotta look in. If you talk about sex, that's not a fun thing for girls. They're not like, oh, let's have some sex. No, dude, that's all part of this whole fucking homosexual movement, where pain, people are getting off on abusing each other, um, sexual abuse. Uh, with the head down on the dick like that, getting head like that. Um, you know, uh, the same way with the dude, the girl, forcing his head down like that, and he being somebody she doesn't even respect, and she's just like, I'm getting it, or whatever she's fucking thinking, you know. A lot of sexual abuse, homosexual relationships. Uh, it's just sexual. Anything homosexual is sexual abuse, meaning um, two people that are using. It's basically not love. It's when you use somebody for something, and it's not love, and it's sex involved. And so that might be for an orgasm. That might be for a hug. There's pillow talk. People get that close often can live together, so they might be roommates. You know, anything that makes them be close together. They might have been coworkers, and for whatever reason, someone is, you know, we all have to survive. But some people's minds, they, you know, what the mind does, it'll make a plan. It'll form like a blueprint of things. But your heart has to come to whatever is forming, and whatever is forming has to come to reality. Um, that's been a big source of people's pain and suffering, is not creating a world they can live in, I guess, you know, or a thrill of life, the idea of life being a short blink of an eye, a thrill, something that you have to appreciate rather than go through it as something that you have to be responsible for, rather as something like thinking about the children coming next or your kids and, you know, us type of thinking versus a me type of thinking. That's the whole struggle in life. Um, but the heart is connected to everything, But I'm not on here like this and that. I wanted to say that I wanted to talk about forgiveness actually, and spirituality, but that's all stuff in my mind. I'm seeing now it's opening up in my mind, but if you wake up and you have a dream, and the more you wake up, the more you leave the reality of the dream. Like, them dreams, there's money in, and you're like, man, I wish it. And it'll be in your house, like your dream house will be the same way your house is. And you wake up and go, and the money ain't there, where you had the dream. So it's like stuff like that is, it's almost the same realm. Your heart and body are almost resting in the same area that your mind is resting in, but it's not quite there. If you wake up, and the more you wake up, the more you leave how you felt when you were laying down, and you get into some whole, let me get my coffee going. Let me get my mind. Let me put my mind towards this. Then that's more of a. It's kind of like a slavery, like the Matrix type of slavery. Like, you telling your mind what to do. You know, you're telling your body what to do. Like, look at me. I'm not even really thinking. I'm existing, and I'm awake, and I'm just speaking from an awake state. I can start thinking if I wanted to about things and ideas, and then I would be talking about the ideas. I would go open the ideas, and I would hang on to them, and I would close the ideas and put them away and go to another topic and let's call it a conversation. But I'm not. So the mind, just because you're awake, doesn't equate to thinking. When you thinking, that's someone. It's like a glove, but there's no hand in it. Like when you put the hand in the glove, that's what thinking is. It's like you have a bunch of ideas, but if you don't put none of the ideas inside of your brain, you're not gonna think about nothing. So it's like I see ideas coming to my brain and want me to open them that I normally would discuss, but I'm like bubbles. I'm like pushing the bubbles off the ideas while I continue to just speak about my reality. So, um, but I'm seeing the point is to make the body and the mind and the heart occupy the same life. Um, that person you see, uh, you can go back to the strip pole, in the strip club dancing. I mean, she might have a great relationship with her grandmother. They might have had breakfast yesterday morning or that morning or the yesterday morning, and then took the dog for a walk. And after that, said, "Hey, grandson, you found a guy? No, I'm still single, grandma. This and that." In her heart, that stripper in her heart, she's a girl. She's a little girl that's grown up, and now she has tits in her ass. And people are looking at her like she's an adult. Like, take care of yourself. I'm not gonna pay for your car note. You gotta, if you want a car, you gotta. The whole rat race. So that's survival. That's survival. So meaning the mind. Survival is how like your mind exists. Like like if you fed and showered somebody and took care of them all day, you spoiled them all day, and then the next day you said, tomorrow we're gonna take all this away, but it's okay because the next day we're gonna give it all back to you. If you didn't tell them that and you just took it away, but you knew you was gonna give it back, they might crash. Their mind is gonna crash, and all that means is that um, they told their body to do something that didn't make any sense. And then when it went away, their mind went into shock, and their body was like, "Everything's okay, right?" And then the mind looked at the body, was like, "No, what are we gonna do?" But that was all. That's what you call a panic when the mind and the body, when the mind has the ball. When your consciousness is feeding your mind, you like you keep thinking, what about this? What about this idea? What about this? Let me think some about this idea. Let me think about this idea. And your body and your heart aren't getting rest, aren't getting fed, are being neglected. You might even hate on your body and heart and be like, I gotta keep pushing. I gotta do it like this. So that's the consciousness telling your mind what to do. That's not you. That's not you thinking about life. You're not in an emergency. You're not hungry. You're not tired. You're here, but you're running around like a chicken with his head cut off. That's a panic because you're not. The reality that you're in is okay, but you're acting weird because you're not here. You're in here. So, in my heart, when I lay down and I wake up, all I want is Savannah. I'll just say it like that. All I want is what's deepest in your heart. You know, is what you feel like when if you were to die and you look back on the life. That's what the heart wants. That shit. It don't want what your mind is constructing. Your mind is just constructing thoughts, and it's just dressing up ideas. It don't have nothing really to do with desire, hunger. That's why you hear the term. It looks good on paper, the idea, but the human condition is hunger. It's farting. It's stink. It's people getting into disagreements and fighting. It's people having vendettas. That's just not on paper. So. Um, so I guess I'll just say that, and then I'll go ahead and wake up here. Yeah, I want to talk about forgiveness, the idea of forgiveness, um, and the idea that also on here, you know, we're surviving, but it's not what we want. We want family, We want somebody to say, "Hey, how's it going?" And then you be so busy. Hey, you talking to me? Oh yeah. Hey, how's your day? Good, good. Okay. And then this girl's coworker is calling, getting her attention because he likes her, He's a like is when someone's like, "Hey, I'm interested in you," to the point to where it may be love on the other end of my interest. Like that's what a general interest is. If you like someone, you're interested in them. If they like you back, y'all may be able to love each other. And then once you open that, then it's not no mental construct. It's not no, oh well, we just dating for 2 weeks. It ain't that serious. Oh, I've just been talking to them for 2 days. It ain't that serious. We just texted. No, it's you can't bat your eyes at life. You can't say, oh well, that just happened yesterday. That it still counts. Like uh, yesterday counts. Like it doesn't matter if like some people's dogs don't aren't mean to nobody. But if your dog is mean to one person and not nobody else, or was one instance where the dog was mean, guess what? They have one mean incident on their record. If somebody never been to jail, and then you got a person that went to jail for a failure to appear in court for a traffic ticket, you still went to jail. You still have that on your record. Somebody does not. They weren't even close to that scenario, but you were. So uh, the disconnect between the mind and the heart is can be huge. But people just want family at the end of the day, and they're only going to jobs and working because they feel like that's what they have to do to be a part of this society. And society is just a big family. It's family that it's people you trust. Trust is at the bottom line. That's what family is. It's people you trust, but it's the people that you trust they're all doing this or they're all doing that, or they're telling you go do this when you wake up, go do it like this and get this going. Okay, so then next month we want to do this at the end of the year. Me and Bob and Gail over here, we all, are you gonna do it? Well, you got to do this if you want to have this by this time. That's a society. Is when people trust you and they expect you to trust them, and everybody comes up with this basic conjecture or conclusion that this is a good idea. This is a good idea. And now you're a part of it and you haven't had a chance to think of it or conclude it. But the society, people around you are saying, you should do this. Hey, did you go do that yet? And you're like, well, I don't know if it's a good idea or not. I haven't even thought about it. You're either going to trust them or not. Like, if you don't trust them, they're not in your society. If you do trust them, it's like, oh, damn, I need to do that. Yeah. Okay. It's a trust there. It's not no mistrust, They're all in your face. You going to church. You work with them. They came over to your house. But guess what? You don't trust them. That's a bad fucking situation to be in. That person that works with this person, they've been to church, they've been to your house, but you sitting over here and you don't trust them. This person is hungry. Their heart is suffering. It's like they just want a friend in life, you know? And they let you come to their house, they let you invite them to church, they let you talk to them about getting a certain job, and now you work there, go to their church, they came to your house, and you don't trust them. That means this person was just getting the benefits of knowing this person. This person got a job from them. They went to church. They came over. When they came over, they brought them something. But this person, what can you give me? And it's not really what can you give me, but it's like a what can you give me based on the things that I need. I'm gonna get everything I need from you, but I don't really love you. I don't love you. That means that they don't like you. If they don't love you, they don't like you, because a like is an interest. And if you can very well look away from somebody, you're not interested in them. And if you can do that, then you definitely don't love them. Because of love, you look for people you love and don't even know where they at. Like I was saying, the Savannah lady. If she was in my bed, I wouldn't care about nothing else. Nothing. If you brought something else up to me, I would know in my heart that it was going to be okay and that it would take care of itself. And if I needed to do something about it, I would end up doing something about it. But without Savannah, without the love that you have in your heart, without that love, it becomes a mental thing. If you aren't okay with accepting the condition of your heart and body, or being the one to say, hey, I want to try to do something about this to take care of myself and not just, turn my mind on and turn off the parts of my body that don't have eyes, and can't talk, let me turn that off and do the head, seeing, hearing, talking, yeah, you know, because that's what society's so into right now is virtual reality, you know, to the point they think the human condition is in the way, like creating robots and stuff. But they want to get more done mentally. They want something that can think without being emotional. They want to disconnect from the body further, Um, that's it. That's it. So the video has been about the heart and the body being things that have things they like to do. I like to lay down and eat. My body loves to to eat and to lay down. Yeah, it don't like when I masturbate. Um, that's my mind taking it, abusing my body, the sexual abuse. Uh, it didn't like them earrings I had, the ring I was wearing, all that shit. But it's like, okay, this is my body talking. It's like, okay, I can handle that watch. Is that all you gonna wear? Just a watch and take it off, every now and okay. So and then them people with piercings and shit, who have a bunch of piercings and tattoos, they are punishing their body, and that's their self, right? So they're punishing their own self with pain. Now they're doing all that to their body. Their mind is, and I would take that. That's what society's doing. Oh man, you gotta get you some mink, man. Oh yeah, this and that. You're gonna do this so you can be a part of a group, so you can get this girl and do what your heart wants with her. But the heart has to try to make connections through all that stuff. Like Savannah, me and Savannah, we we're like brother and sister, like on a heart level. And so, like, I have an older brother, and we love each other. So it's like we want to talk to each other and be in each other's life. And that's the same way with me and Savannah. She's doing her own thing, not her own thing, but she's surviving the best way she knows how. Her mind, her ideas, are surviving. Her body has to survive, her heart. So we're not together. We're not together. I'm doing the same thing, surviving. Ask me what I want to do. I want to be with Savannah. Okay, we'll get up and go find her and go be with her. Okay, let's say I did that. I went and found her. Let's say she was screwing some dude to get a place to sleep, right? And thinking about me or missing me. I show up and she's like, hey, what, happy to see me. What are you doing here? Hey, not want me to get in trouble or not want to be no fight. Hey, okay, well, I'm gonna leave this and that. Like, leave me alone because I don't want him to see me with you, and I don't want y'all to, because I don't want nothing to happen to you. And I'm okay. Don't worry about me. I just met him. I'm probably not gonna be there that long. Type of shit like that. So it's like the same way it would be if you were at work and this job was paying your bills and helping your children. I'm seeing survival has a lot to do with society. Uh, the survival of peace, you know, and the brink of war. It's like upheavals and people not wanting to be in a society or not wanting to be a part of a society, but still want to go get their milk from the grocery store. They still want to eat the steak, and not pay the people who killed the cow or not or treat the people like shit in the grocery store that you go and buy the steak from. Like, what the fuck? You didn't do shit, but you have a uppity attitude about getting what the things you want in the time that you want them. But you didn't do a damn thing to produce it. So, I'm starting to think. I'm starting to think now. My mind's starting to wake up. But I'm gonna cut the video off, and I want to see. I want to show that we're made up. Our bodies. We're born. We're born, and we're gonna die. Okay, but we're born, and and we live. And if you look around, people don't live forever. They live, and what is the theme of life? It's peace. It's what peace are you gonna have? You know, throughout your life, and it's hallmarked. Peace is a hallmark of understanding, of compassion, of truth. It's a hallmark of achievement. And you can tell what true peace is when your body and your heart are well. It's when they're well. And you should always be well, because it don't take much to be well. You can die in wellness, I assume. You can be starving hungry. Because I feel like the body and the heart are more closely related to death than the mind is. I think the body and the heart go easily over the mind. So yeah, I'm starting to wake up now, but I'm gonna cut it. I'm gonna cut it just to show that when you wake up and you like what's in your dream, you like that state, and you wake up and you feel like the further away you get from the state that you're waking up, the more your happiness is leaving you. And that means you going into your mind. If you have to, that means you have to. That means you're in a position in society to where you have to think to survive. You have to come up with things to say to this person. You have to arrive at the right idea to say to this person. You have to go talk to this person to get this, in order to do this, to get some bread, to get a meat, to get the internet, And so it's like, I'm starting to wake up. I could talk forever now, but I'm gonna cut it there and just say that if you don't like how you feel, the more you wake up and you do like it, that's a disconnect. When your heart, you like it. When you wake up, that's a disconnect between the heart and the body and the mind. And what you want to do is when you wake up and you get up and you go throughout your house and the restroom and the day and you start that waking up process. You want your dream state to be still available for you to talk about as you moving. You're gonna be like, yeah, and this is what I was, and this is what I want to do. Really, this is as your mind's walking. This is some simple, big, simple shit. Heart and mind, but it's simple, but it's big. This is small, but it's complex. The brain, it's like, and it can do this. But when you waking up, it's like this. And your heart's doing this, and your body sleeping. You know. And then you wake up and your brain goes like that. And then now you're awake. And now your body's like, okay, I'm awake. Walk to this bathroom, go in the restroom, get a refrigerator. I'm awake, I'm waking up. Turn on the TV. I still ain't up. Oh, ha 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 ha. I'm waking up. Oh, I remember I had to do this. Okay, yeah. Turn the channel. Let me make some coffee. Now, it might be like this for a long time, all day. But the more the body and the heart is doing this shit slowly, it's going to get tired, it wants to take a rest, and it's going to be like this. I'm going to take a break, girl. Okay, yes. Take a smoke break. They're getting tired. The brain's getting tired. The body and the heart is getting tired. It needs to rest. You dragging it here and there doing shit. So that's what I'm saying. Some people's heart and body can get like this, and their brain is like that. You know. And when they go to sleep, let's say they crash or however the fuck they get to sleep, up for days, and then when they finally get to sleep, their fucking heart finally gets a chance, their body, to unwind and take that fucking body breath that it's been wanting to, that heart breath. All it wants is love, being a family. You want that, you want Savannah, that love. You want to hug your kids, you want them to, wants another heart and body to do this with. And the minds, y'all minds can be down here like this. Yeah, I went this, that's what I did too. Yeah, okay. Control your mind, you feel me? Yeah, I know I could go like that real quick, but don't. you know, be in that family. Be there on Thanksgiving, loving, not with your mind. Hey, how's it going, motherfucker? Yeah, this and that. Yeah, I don't like you either, but I'm gonna be mentally all in your face. When you start doing that, the body suffers. So you can't talk all the shit you want, and you have a healthy heart, mind. You can't do that unless it's with God. Unless you preaching. You know what I'm saying? That's that preaching activity right there. To where you like your mind is alive, your heart is alive, your body's alive, and you like, you know, I'm alive. This is life. This is life. You just keep saying that's all preaching is. when you just make declarations of truths. So, okay, I've left it here. Said made a video about waking up the body and the heart and the mind and the disconnect and what's going on there. What else was I going to say about that? Can I say about my heart? Um, Mentally, I wasn't in a good space, but I am now to where my mind can relax. I don't want to accept it. I just recently applied to work somewhere, and if I do that, I'm gonna lose my peace. I didn't realize that the only reason I was trying to work there is so I can create an image of what I seen as being a certain type of individual. And that's fine with me, but I was thinking that Jehovah, my God, we're in a kingdom of different characters, but we're all down to help each other with love and justice, peace, and all the good things in life, forgiveness. We all want to help mankind over here. And then there's the group over here that people get suckered into, they get lied, they come in and tricked, they get tricked to the other side. But these people over here, for whatever your reason is, this is what I'm saying, this is why it's simple. You either over here with the motherfuckers that's hurting people, or you over here with the motherfuckers that's helping people and sacrificing and dying and getting punched in the face and forgiving motherfuckers. Or you over here beating people up and saying, fuck you and all that, and I'm not going to help you for this reason. I'm not going to help you for this reason. And you knew I wasn't going to help you when you did that. Whatever, okay? You over here, nigga. You over here with the group of people that don't want to help others. You want to help what? Yourself. Everybody over here is in the Illuminati, basically. A group of investors who are there for themselves. They want to help themselves. Now that's a reason, what I just said. But the truth of it is that these people will hurt you. These are the hurters over here. They want to hurt the world. Whether it's a little bit of pain or a lot. These people have decided, whether they got tricked into thinking that or not, that they have decided that they are number one. And because of that, this number one shit is the reason. That's not the truth. The truth is that you over here on the hurting side, and these people are on the helping side. This is what the truth is. The reasoning for these people being there is the fucking reason. That's some mental shit. The heart and the body don't understand what's going on over here. They don't understand, why am I over here? What the fuck are we doing here? I want to be over here. Yeah, but we got to do it like this and that and do this and that. Trickery, lies, coercion, blackmailing, kidnapping, anything to get these people, extortion, to get them on this side. Let's get them over here. Let's get them away from this side. And this side is people who just, oh, he's like me. Let me help him. And I want you to do the same to me. Let's help each other. Don't help me for me, like this group. Help me because you see the you in me, and I'm going to see the me in you. And we're going to become one. I'm not over here with looking at this next cat like, I'm not going to help you, nigga. I'm like, I'm trying to get my piece. So call me to the table. Okay, Joe, you going to do this. Okay, yeah, y'all do this. All right, cool. You know, I'm there to see what I can get, like the gangsters do. We show up to see what's in it for us, you know. Not, the mob meeting. Everybody in the mob meeting is there for them. You know, they have importance, not in the family. Everyone who's there on the hurt, helping each other side, they're there for others. They're there because the other people came there. They're there to help. They're getting help from these people. They're helping these people. So anyway, this is the true side, and this is the false side. The reasons is because I have to put myself first. The reasons over here, life is short. We have to love each other. Whatever the fucking reason is, you gonna help people, or you gonna fucking hurt them. With your day. With your day. Do you wake up? You know, you, so there. Um, um, all right, so I'm gonna cut the video. I know it's a bunch of good stuff I put on here. Um, I'm watching myself. I love watching my videos and seeing what I can gain. So I'm gonna cut it here. And oh yeah, sleep state, wake state. If you wake up and you leave your sleep state, you feeding your mind. Doing that will lead you to hurt people. If you wake up and you want to go to the heart and the human condition, that's going to lead you to helping people. You know, these two sides battle. When you meet someone, you go into McDonald's, they go into McDonald's. Y'all stand in line now. The person in front of you is down with the hurt squad. You, the help squad, behind them in line. You may see that whole shit play out, and the person who's taking the order may be on the help side. And this person ordering now is like, well, yeah, I'll take this and that. Are you going to get my order right? I want this too, and this and that. Like, I'm here. You work here, don't you? You're supposed to take my order. It's like that whole shit, versus who is this fucking person, you know? Like, this is something else I see. Like, strange people, like travelers, when they pass through town, poshness. They go into a place that they're not, a town they're not from. You go into a restaurant they've never been in, and just because they got $1 to their name, you act like everyone is supposed to know you. Everyone is supposed to like you. Everyone is supposed to treat you like family. You are not even from there. That's the first time they ever saw you. Why are you acting so dumb? They call it posh, but I mean, it's stupidity. It's pure stupidity. Stupid. You're being a dumbass, you know? Dumb. On display. It's stupidity. If you just think about it, everyone does it. But why? Why do people with money go to a place they've never been and act like you should treat them like you grew up with them? No getting to know you process. No, he don't gives everybody a hard time. He just meets. None of that. None of the real. You know. And that's the Democrat and Republic shit. That's traditionally the argument. And the only reason I'm continuing to talk is because I'm talking about reality still. I can tell. I hadn't gone into any ideas. But the Republican, and I want to, my mind is trying to wake up. Fuck. The Republican is red and the Democrat's blue. And the whole thing about it is red is supposed to represent blood, the bloodline, and blue is supposed to represent a policy. So if I had a piece of land in my family for years, and these people somebody needed help, they needed a place to go, and I had the land, and they said, hey, can we get a little piece of your land for a little bit of time? We don't have no place to go right now. And then once this thing opens up, we'll leave and go there where we plan to go. Like when people start talking about, like, okay, here we go. Whoever owns it, that's the Republican, that's the red, and whoever uh, needs it, and if they don't get it, they got to come up with an idea. They got to go somewhere else. That's the Democrat. Like, and so these people obviously want people to stick around because they're not telling them to get lost. So they're like, okay, um, stay, you know, stay and we'll get these things for you. We'll do these things. We'll ask the people who own everything if they could help us with this and help us with that. Maybe if we start working for them or do a job for them, maybe they'll help us. And that's what strange people do. They walk into places they don't know and they say, hey, I'm new here. Do y'all have anything I can help you with because I'm trying to get some food? They act strange. They act new. They don't go in, hey, how's it going? You still got that job I seen on the internet? That's still available? Because I got a lot of experience and I applied at other places but that I wanted, but I know I can get that because I've done this for years. But yeah, if it's still available, I want to try to get that job. Like you might be the best candidate, but they've just met you. Their friends want that job. They told their friends about that job. So it's like this whole, yeah, it's interesting. Okay, I'll cut it there, and I'm gonna wake up. And this is for whoever finds these records and videos, where you can learn. Life's short. People gonna pass away. And I think hats off to YouTube and the government for keeping this going here, so people can find shit like this and learn and gather. So all right, more later. I used to call myself the Pimp Star 420, and that was a heavy mental construct. I was hurting myself a lot, put my body and heart through a bunch of struggle for my mental satisfaction through coercion, hurting myself and others. So being in a position to unwind, and to be to reconnect to my heart makes me feel real good at the end of the day. You know, when I can look to my kids and say, "How's it going?" with a pure, clean mind. When I can call my brother or mom and say, "Hey, y'all," and it's for real. It ain't no, I'm trying to get him some money or I want him to help me with this. So, um, all right, I'll cut it there. Peace and thank you. And my name is Joey. My name is Jose, but my mom called me Joey growing up, and so I'm gonna go back to that as an honor uh, for my mom, and then also to gain some more type of strength to my body, as a reminder for me not to leave and go too far away from my body. The older I get, to realize that I did start as a child, as a baby, a newborn couldn't walk or talk or anything, and here I am. So, and it'll be a blink of an eye before I'm gone, like everyone. So do all you can, that's my whole thesis. Do everything you can, and everything will be all right. And it'll be a life worth living. All right, more later.